Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live. Moving stuff around so I can see everybody. All right. There we go. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday? Yay! I hope everybody's having a great day today. We're going to get started. And guess what? We still have our Cyber Week deals going on. And so you're not going to want to miss those deals. So definitely check them out at luminesscosmetics.com. The link is actually below. So you'll definitely want to check those out. We talked about the Breeze. You're getting a $20 gift card when you purchase the Breeze. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? You're getting a $20 gift card if you spend $50 or more. So you basically get it for $30. So a lot of deals happening. Hello, Debbie. Good to see you. So we always go over the basics. We always go over the beginnings. And here is one of our kits. Good morning, Angelica. Good to see you. This is the Icon. We also have the Icon Pro and the Legend. Hello, Tamara. How are you? Good to see you. Hello, Becky. I'm glad you could join us, Tamara. But this is one of our starter kits. We also have the Icon Pro, the Legend, and of course, the Breeze. And that's the one that I'm going to be using today. But all of our kits, whatever starter kit you pick, whatever's perfect for you, I miss you too, Angelica. It comes with makeup. Now, right now, it might come with more stuff. You might have options to purchase more stuff, but more Airbrush products. But it is going to come with the 2 bottles of foundation, Love, and blush. And we give you the 2 bottles so you can color match, so you can practice, because I want you to get the airbrushing down. And then the blush is super high pigmented. You're only going to use about 2 drops. And then Love is something that you might use once in a while. You might mix it in with your blush, but it is a complexion enhancer. It's going to give your skin some luminosity, not necessarily shimmer, but some luminosity to make it look stunning. Now, this is what I want you to do, and this is how you're going to get best results. Good morning, Zandra. And I cannot stress this enough. We go over this every time. That's how important it is. But guys, putting on airbrush makeup is different than traditional makeup. So don't expect to be an expert the very first time you do it. But you want to make sure that you keep that stylus moving. If you practice just with the air, you can move that stylus around, feel that air. You also want to make sure that you keep it 4 finger widths away. Might sound silly and like, why do I need to practice that? Because what's going to happen is once you feel that air, you're either going to do this or you're going to come in close because that's what you're used to. So just keep practicing, moving that stylus around. You don't have to hurry. It's not a race. You also want to work on barely pulling back on that trigger. And when I say barely, I mean barely. The other barely, like barely. I did a small group yesterday, and she's like, well, I do the water, but it just goes away so fast. I'm like, you're pulling back too hard on the trigger. Every time, I'm going to say, pull back hard, pull back less on that trigger, pull back less on the trigger, pull back less on the trigger. A great way to take a look at that and understand it is to put about a couple drops in your stylus, airbrush a paper towel so you can see when the makeup's coming out. Because a lot of times people are airbrushing and they're pulling back on that trigger, but then when you do it on the paper towel, you're like, oh, wait, I didn't even think I was pulling back, and something's coming out. So it's a great way to get to experience it and actually see it, because when you're airbrushing yourself, you don't even see it go on. So you need to kind of watch that today or check that out. All right. Oh, yay, Becky booked a class with me. I'm so excited. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Marilyn. Thank you, Jeannie. Marilyn says, every time I take the stylus apart, guys, I'm going to tell you, Marilyn said, every time I take my stylus apart, it doesn't work. Don't take your stylus apart. I know I'm going against what we say, but the only way I'll take my stylus apart is like to clean the needle. but there are things that I would do before that. And Marilyn, if you took it apart, it's not spraying right, you call customer service, let them know that you cleaned it, you did everything you were supposed to do, and it's not spraying, and they'll replace it. I always tell you, you know what, let me check, because I'm going to see if you have like the Legend or the Breeze or the, not the Breeze, but the, hold on, I'm seeing if we have any. There is a cyber deal. It's a stylist bundle, and I would get it. It's $54. You get the you get wipes, the cap, I would get the stylist. No spill style. Oh, the cap. I was like, woo, that's good. Actually, yeah. So I was checking out Cyber Monday or Cyber Week deals. Guys, this is replaceable. Okay. And then I always tell you to get an extra stylus. So you can get an extra stylus and you can get an extra one of these if you have the Breeze. They're the replacement, and we're going to call this a stylus, this top part, because that's where your needle is. Those are $39. And then the stylus is on sale for $49. You're better off getting the stylus bundle because it's $54. And then you get a $20 gift. Oh my gosh. Yes, oh my gosh, you're so better off doing that. The stylus by itself, $49.99. Stylus bundle is $54.99. Then you're going to get a $20 gift card with it. So definitely check out the stylus bundle, but always get an extra stylus. And the only reason I say that is because if you do have to send your stylus in, you have a backup, right? Because with airbrushing, if you don't have your stylus, you can't airbrush. And so that way you can rotate them. Plus the fact if something happens and like it's clogged up and you're like, oh, I don't have time to deal with it, pop that bad boy off, get the other one and start airbrushing, and you can deal with it later. But back to the stylus, when cleaning this, there's a lot of things I would do and recommend before actually breaking this apart. So one, make sure you're running it every single time, cleaning it with warm water. I'm just from the tap, warm water, turn your warm water on, hold it underneath there, blow it out. You can't, just because there's makeup in the bowl doesn't mean necessarily it's not clean. Just run that water through until it does run clean. You can take a Q-tip and you can boop, 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 clean that bowl. You can clean this tip here, pull back, listen to my face, pull back on the trigger, then stick the Q-tip in there. If you do it before, you're going to bend the needle, and that's a whole other different story. Good morning, Luminess. Then if it's still having issues, take a coffee mug, fill it up halfway with warm water, warm to hot water, not boiling, just warm water. Just like this, stick it nose down into the cup of water and make sure it covers at least that bowl. Let it sit there for an hour or so. The warm water is going to melt the makeup and you'll see it pull at the bottom. So that is another way of doing it. I would do that before breaking it apart. I'm just going to tell you how it is. Usually that's going to fix it. Okay. And then if those few things don't fix it, then take the back off. You can clean the needle and things like that. All right. Let's see. Do I have my rose gold? I do. I will do rose gold. Yeah. Cindy says, I also dip the Q-tip in a bit of Tip Top Clean. That's a great plan. The Tip Top Cleaner is great. If you don't have the Tip Top Cleaner, guys, you need it. It's not something you have to use every single day, but it is good for that little extra clean. So like if you use it every other day or every third day or, whatever the day is, but you don't have to do it every single day. Okay. All right. So no. Yeah, we do. We have tons of videos, but like I said, do those things that I just showed you before even thinking about breaking that apart. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to go in with I'm going to use shades 2 and 3. Here's my rose. Where's my 2? And here's the 2. Oh, I love that, Cindy. Cindy uses the Tip Top to clean her brushes. I love that. All right, so I'm going to use shades 3 and 2 in our Rose foundation. Now, remember, Rose foundation is medium to full coverage. Rose foundation does not mean it has a rose tint, does not mean it has a pink undertone. It means it has the Bulgarian rose in it that is great for pore reduction. It's great for your face. It's also our purest foundation, our vegan foundation. So if you like clean foundation, if you're into that and you're like, oh, I'm very sensitive, I need some, get the rose. Okay, just get the rose. All right, so I also want to show you, oh, I kind of shook it up. Always shake up your bottles. I used the 2 yesterday, a little bit of the 2 yesterday, and I still needed to shake it up. So anytime you're using our bottles, anytime you're using our foundation, shake those bad boys up. So I'm only using a few drops because I'm using it as my pre-coverage. So I'm going to go in, do a little bit on my eyes, underneath my eyes. Now, also remember, guys, when we're doing traditional makeup, we're so used to seeing like we put it on, we see the opaqueness of the makeup, and then we blend it out, hopefully not having any demarcation lines, but you're blending and blah, blah, blah. Remember that your stylist blends for you, right? So your stylist is going to blend everything for you. Hold on, I do want to show you something. I had to go meet with my daughter's teacher today, but I'm going to show you my nose. I had to put a little bit of makeup on. Actually, let me just wipe that off, what I just did, so I can show you, because I do want to show you how well it covers. And you can see how red my face is. Where's my blender? Oh, there it is. Woo! Can y'all see that redness? And what am I doing? Tapping it out, tapping it out. I think I scratched my nose right here, or maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but see how red that is right there? Okay, so I have I need to put more. I'm getting my shade 2 in the Rose foundation. And then turning my system on. Okay, see this? I'm going to go back underneath my eyes. I mean, you can already see the difference. I'm making light passes. Do I want more coverage here? Oh, yeah. I need it here. So I'm going to stop here, and it's dry. There's no dry time in between. Now, at the beginning, if you need dry time in between, that's fine. You can do that, okay? A little bit there. Now watch this. Watch my nose. Look at that. Look at it. You see it soften. You see it starting to disappear. I can go back. Make another pass. Do my nose. Go back. And I'm hitting those problem areas. But notice that I'm still blending. You can't see a demarcation line, guys. You're not seeing this. Right? Tap it out, tap it out. You're not seeing that. I'm blending it. The stylist blends for you. That's why you always want to keep it moving. You do not have to hurry, okay? It might seem like on screen like I'm hurrying, but I'm not hurrying. I'm going slowly, all right? I'm going very slow. I don't have to hurry. When you're making your movements, there's overlap, but you're not going to be in one spot twice. So I'm not going to sit there and go do, 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 do. but there's overlap. I'm going to keep moving, keep going. Okay. Making sense? Give me 3 hearts in the comments, if that makes sense. 3 hearts in the comments. Oh, Cindy said, I can relate to that today. Her allergies are bad. I know. And we always joke that, like, you can't go to work and say, oh, I'm just not feeling very good today if you're luminescing, because if you're not feeling very well and you luminesce, you look good. You still look good. All right. I am going to use the rose gold. Jeannie has been putting, thank you guys. Jeannie has been putting the rose gold luminizer, which does have a shimmer, heavier pigment. Make sure you shake it. There's a lot of uses for our rose gold. And I am going to put it on, or our luminizers. I am going to put it on before my foundation. Now you can hit those problem areas. You can see my grays. I need to get my hair did. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Tamara. Tamara. Is it? Okay, now I went blank. Is it Tamara? Tell me if it's 1 Tamara or 2 Tamara. I have a friend and it's Tamara, so that's why I think I'm getting it confused. Tamara or Tamara? Say 1 or 2. All right, see, now look how, ooh, look at this shine. I got my shimmer on. You can use this in, oh, I love it, Jeannie. You can use it on your lid, but see how nice and shimmery this is? And I can do it all over. Tamara, okay. All right, so see how nice and shimmy this is? Now, blowing that out. Now, I will tell you, I am going to run some Tip Top Cleaner through this one because that pigment is heavier and it is a little, I mean, there's some shimmer in there. So now I'm going to go into the foundation. And so I just am going to get rid of that shimmer. And now I can grab my Rose Shade 3. Oh yeah, it only takes a drop or 2. So now I already have my shimmer on. Hey, girl. Oh, I love that question. So, so she asked, how can you do shimmer on oily skin without looking oily? Such a good question. So the big thing, and that's the one thing with oily skin, you need to control the oil first and then add your shimmer. And you'll probably want to go lighter on the shimmer, because if you have oily skin and you're used to being shimmery already or naturally, you'll probably want to go lighter on that. But what I would recommend is 1, powdering first. You can powder with our translucent powder, which this is amazing stuff too. You can tell how much I love it. Powder first and then airbrush over it. Also, you can do the shimmer first because that way it will control. Another thing you would want to use is your is the Velvet Veil. The Velvet Veil is going to help control and keep you matte somewhat. So you can put the Velvet Veil where you are shiny, where it's T-zone, wherever that is. And so that way you have control over where you put that shimmer and where that shimmer is going to stay. And so your natural shimmer won't come through. Does that make sense? I hope so. All right. So now I have my foundation, holding it 3 finger widths away. I'm going to start making my passes. Again, not hurrying, not a free-for-all. Oh, you know what I do want to do? Because I always tell you guys this. So I have on shade 1 as a pre-coverage. I have on rose gold shimmer. And now I am airbrushing my foundation on, okay? As soon as I do it, I'm going to touch Velvet Veil. Oh, yeah, it does help hold that shine down. Oh, thanks, Tamara. Okay, so you see me airbrushing. I'm taking this. Wait, hold on, I'll do it on this side too. Okay, ready? Nothing. Nothing. Okay? For those of you who feel like you have to wait for it to dry, because a lot of times what I'll hear is, oh, well, you know, I put one layer on and then I wait for it to dry and then I blah, blah. There should be no dry time, guys. That is how light you're spraying. I cannot tell you enough. But remember, airbrush makeup is also very forgiving. So at first, if you're like, oh, it's a little sticky, that's okay. Take your finger off the trigger, use the air to dry it with. But every time you use it, every time you have the breeze in your hand, every time you have the stylus in your hand, you're learning. You're learning. So I'm telling you what it should be, how it should happen. But if there's some wiggle room there, okay? So don't think, oh, I can't do this. Girl, if it looks good, then don't worry about it. And that's what airbrush gives you, a lot of wiggle room. It's very forgiving. The biggest thing is keep that distance and spray light. If we were all in a room, everybody was airbrushing, I closed my eyes, and I tell this on the on our classes that I do. If we are all in a room airbrushing, I could close my eyes, I could tell you who was spraying too hard, and I could tell you who was out of makeup. Those are things you're going to pick up. When you hear too much of that product being released, you're picking up on that. You're going to pick up on that. When you hear that dry sound, you know, oh, the makeup's out. I'm out of makeup. All right, so now, what did I do with it? I know I just put it up. I know I just put it up. Okay, but also, but also notice I have my foundation on, but notice how that shimmer is still in there. You can still see it because it goes on like little pixels, and you can still see it. Now I'm gonna take the Cut 1 palette and do a little contouring. Yeah, the powder is really going to help control the oil, and it gives it, I love the look of powdering first. It gives it a very polished look. I don't always have to powder, but sometimes if I want to kind of change the look a little bit, I will powder first. I'm going to add some blush, our Charming blush, because it's the pretty pink. And as you can tell, I'm wearing pink. I walked into one of the girls that works there. I walked into her office and she was looking down or whatever. She looked up. She's like, "Oh, that's a lot of pink," because I have on a pink dress, so I have a lot of pink on today. All right, so now, and I am going to put on lashes today because I want, you know, hey, we have the oh, Angel, our powder can be your friend. I promise you. Our powder is milled several times. And so you're not having that powder settle into wrinkles and crinkles. And when I say powder, I'm not saying layer that bad boy on. I'm saying I do it like this. Dust, this, dust. We'll dust it right here. Just dust it on and you're good. It's not going to settle into wrinkles and crinkles. All right. I'm going to take the Optics palette, and with a blending brush, I'm going to use the one that's the mauve color. It's Reflection. And I'm going to do that. I started to do it in my crease, but I think I'm going to come down a little lower on the lid to change it up a little. Yeah, you will notice a big difference with our powder. I will tell you, because like, I understand, like you get to a certain age and have more wrinkles and crinkles and you're like, I am not powdering. And that's fine, but try our powder. It really does make a difference. And you really will see like, oh, okay, it doesn't settle into the wrinkles and the crinkles. And then also remember when doing, Jeannie says Luminous powder does not compound wrinkles. She's 49 and she swears by it. All right, so now you remember if you have hooded eyes, you can lift up, just kind of go boop. And on this side, a little bit there. Right there. Woo, woo. Loving it. I'm loving it. Now I'm going to take Chromatic, which is in with the mauve color. Or do I want something different? No, I'll do this one. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this one so it's even. Okay. I'm taking the blush. Because it has that, it's a little more, it still has some shimmer, but it has that pink hue, more of a pink hue to it. Cool. All right. Ooh, now I have my lash lure and I don't, oh, these are Glam. I was like, I don't know which ones I grabbed, so we're going to put whatever one's on. And now I'm going to grab my glue, and we have the 2-in-1 Duo Glue or 2-in-1 Smart Adhesive, which is going to be a line, like a liner, and it also is going to glue the lash, and it has the magnetic properties. Love the powder before makeup and after done. I love it. Debbie does before and after. Loving it. All right, so now I'm going to go in and line my eyes. And I think what I like about the lash lure, if you've never done lashes, lash lure is super easy to put on because of the 2-in-1 Smart Adhesive. You get to line your eye and then the lash just pops on. Okay. And that's what it says. Pops on. So I'm going in. And lining. And I do a little extra on the corners. And you can do a little line or you can do a bigger line. Hey, Martin. Glad you can join us. Ooh, see, I did that one a little bit too much. So let's go. It's hard to talk when you're doing this. I have to concentrate. I think that, let me get my smaller mirror and it'll be easier. And then I can go here. And then you can curl your lashes. Mine are already pretty curly, but if your lashes do stick out, curl them. And there we go. Voila. So I have my glue and adhesive, and now I'm grabbing the applicator. Now the Divas I like, or the Glams that I'm about to put on, right? Glam? Yeah. They have a short end and a long end. The long end is what you want. See that short end, long end? That's what you want on the outside. The short end goes towards the middle. Always start on the end, and then you can bring it out. That's no mirror. Then you can bring it over. Now, some of you, because of your eye shape, might have to cut them, and you can do that. But watch. Let's see if we can do it. Done. Done. And then I'm going to take, and then I like taking these and pressing them. You can press, get them between and your lash, and press them with your lash. So you're pressing the fake lash and the real lash together. Now I'm grabbing this dude one more. Grabbing my lash. Ready? That's how easy it is, guys. Now, taking it, threading it through, and kind of open them a little bit. And making sure that my lash and the fake lash are put together. But did you see how easy it was put on? I can line both eyes. They boop, pop on just like that, and you are good to go. All right, so now I'm going to do some lips, and I'm going to take, this is another staple that I love. Actually, I just got it out of my makeup bag. This is Loyal Cream Confessions lipstick. And I put just a little on, because you could also do this with the lip jelly to add some slip to the lip. And I'm going to go in with Naughty Pink because it matches what I'm wearing. Because I don't want it to be like, you know, I have lashes on, even though my eye makeup's not dramatic at all. Lashes will step it up. I have a bright shirt on or a dress on, so I don't want to be like bam, 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 bam. I want everything to blend. So I'm gonna use the pink, but I'm going a little on the subtle side, and that's what happens when I can put on either the lip jelly or this lipstick, which is very neutral. And it will help soften it. And it's not as bright. And I'm filling on the listen. And lining on the outside of my lips to create puffier lips. Jeannie's asking the easiest way to clean the magnetic lashes. You'll probably be able just to pull that glue off, or take a makeup remover and with a Q-tip and lightly like slide it. I find I really don't have to clean them a lot. If you notice how I did both eyes, the glue ends up sticking to your eye and not the lash. So that's just what I like. I don't find that a lot of the glue or the 2-in-1 Smart adhesive pulls off when I take the lash off. Claudia, I would say our natural, I honestly don't think that any of our lashes are so dramatic, but if you don't wear lashes, then yeah, it might be, but we have natural lashes. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. We have a kit that has them all in there, and I've probably used them all. So hold on, let me see if I can find one with the natural lash. We have a kit that comes with the Glam, Natural, and Diva. And I know Glam and Diva sound dramatic, but they're really not. But here's one. This is the Natural, Diva, and Glam. Wait, where am I? Glam. Don't look at my nails. I would say out of all of them, probably the Glam is the more glamorous life, the glamorous. But I would stick with either, if you like natural, go natural or Diva. All right. So now I am going to take some mascara and just do the bottom. I'm going to show you this. I don't always do it, do the bottom, but I didn't line underneath either today. So I just swiped underneath, and I think that evens everything out. What do y'all think? Can y'all see the difference? With and without. I just feel like it ties it in. And you don't need a lot. And that's why I like using this to smush my lash and the fake lash together, because then I don't have to put on mascara. If you have lighter eyelashes, then you might have to do just one little swipe to dye them a little bit. But just pushing them together helps tremendously. And then I like how it just evens that out just a little bit. And I'm going to do one last thing before we leave. I'm going to take a little bit of this halo and just go right there. I like highlighting that area. It just brightens up the eye. Brightens up the eye. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody has a great day, a great Tuesday. And please check out our Cyber Week deals. You will not be disappointed. Most, pretty much everything that we have, if you spend $50, you're getting a $20 gift card back. So that means you only spent $30. Check out the stylist bundle. That is amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's endless of goodness. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye for now.